screaming that was their head, I swear. Just kill them. That's all I want to do. Just makes me feel better. I'm like a little kid.
Make It Happen is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Black Rifle Coffee, Mossberg, Aim Point, Muzzy Bow Fishing, Rage Broadheads, Tracker Boats and Off-Road, Savage E-Bikes, and Nocturnal Lighted Knocks.
Welcome to the first official episode of Make It Happen. We got tired of hearing everybody's excuses, so we decided to make a show showing you how we've been hunting on a budget for the last 10 years. I think I got him. Smoked him, son. Our first spot is probably one of my favorite places to hunt, the great state of Texas. When I think of Texas, I think of big, hot, dry place. Everything will stick, stab you, or bite you, but plenty of game of whatever you're looking for. Everybody gets a 2-week vacation. So these first 3 shows, we're gonna set them up to where everybody can get 3 states of turkey hunting back to back to back. Our budget for this trip is $3,500. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2,500 of it, try to hit as many states as possible for turkeys. Then we're gonna take 1,000 and send the wife and kids to the beach for a week. That way everybody's happy. So our expenses are gonna be like this. Tag costs are gonna be $150. That covers your spring turkey hunting and your habitat stamp. That's gonna get you 3 Rios and 1 Eastern if you run across one. Second, we're gonna be looking at fuel. Fuel's huge this year thanks to Uncle Joe Biden. It's about double the cost. So it's 1,000 miles to Texas. We're gonna be looking at 2 tanks minimum at about $150 a tank, so $300 for fuel. Third, we're gonna be talking about food costs. Now, food can, it can kill you, but usually average about $50 a day per man, you're gonna be good shape. Right now, our costs about $600. That's getting us to Texas and getting us hunting. Now, we're gonna leave there and head to Kansas. That's what we were talking about earlier about piggybacking these trips. So our prices are gonna drop a little bit because instead of deadheading all the way back home and then going to Kansas next weekend, we're taking the time off work and we're gonna go straight up there from Texas.
Hey, I didn't want you to forget those.
I knew Ryan, he was trying to get me over there, little savage. I know you got them for you, don't you lie to me.
This is how we made this one happen. In Texas, most people care nothing about turkeys, they just love their deer hunting. So what we did, we started racking our brains together, trying to figure out who we knew in Texas that had big ranches and how we could get in touch with them to ask them if they even cared if anybody come and turkey hunt. Well, we get the computer out and just start Googling. You start finding these big exotic ranches, the high dollar, expensive whitetail ranches. You call these guys up and say, hey, do y'all care about turkeys? Do you offer turkey hunts? If they don't, ask them. Say, well, look, would you like for us to come out and hunt? Would you care if we come and hunt? Most of the guys, they don't give 2 craps about turkeys and they'll tell you to come on.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
What?
Please check the number and dial again.
Everybody might be turkey hunting. Yes, sir. I was calling to see if you guys do any DIY turkey hunts on your deer land.
You have reached the Wybor Ranch. Our office hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
And another soft no, but still a no.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is Chuck Belmore. I seen you guys got a big whitetail operation down there in Texas.
Yes, sir, we do.
Yeah, well, I was gonna see, I seen on your website that y'all do whitetail hunts, but nothing for turkeys. I was gonna see if y'all do any like DIY turkey hunts or might possibly let someone come turkey hunt on y'all's place.
We don't really have a lot of turkeys, but we have enough that we hunt them, and it's kind of one of those things that, I guide all the time in the fall, so it's kind of the time I use to hunt with my kids and my grandkids, so I normally don't let anyone come out and hunt.
Okay. Well, I greatly appreciate it, man. Time's valuable. I appreciate you taking my call. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. I was just going to see if y'all had anything available for turkey hunting.
We don't advertise, so we charge $1,500 a bird if you want to come shoot one.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Colin, it's Chuck.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Oh, doing good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing really good.
Well, I called to pick your brain. You got a minute?
Okay. Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, we're going to be heading down to Texas, and I know you know a ton of people with everything you're doing down there. Do you know anybody that might have some turkeys we could hunt? Just like a DIY or just whatever. I mean, we'll trade out whatever we can, or, you know, we always work together on anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Chuck, I do have a few places in South Texas. Can I check on those for you?
Well, yeah, if you'll find out, let me know. I mean, we'd be all in. Like I said, we're just kind of hitting dead ends and beating the bushes, and I always got you down for Texas, so that's why I wanted to holler at you.
Cool, man. Let me check on that for you and see what I can work out.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet, Chuck. Talk to you later, man.
See you.
Yep, bye.
And we'll keep our fingers crossed now for Colin. Yes, Colin says he's got the go-ahead for South Texas. A friend of his got a ranch down there, CCC Ranch. Sweet. After a couple phone calls, one of our buddies, Colin Cottrell, said, hey, I know a guy named Clark Caruth. He's got the CCC Ranch out here, and he said you guys are welcome to come shoot some turkeys. Headed to Texas, and hopefully shoot some turkeys. Any road trip, two biggest costs most of the time, gonna be your fuel and your tags. Thanks to Joe Biden, we're fixing to get clipped for $5 a gallon. Hate you. Clark said, come on. He said he's got a place for us to stay. He said he's actually got turkeys on site. So, but this is really how we do everything. We just go, talk to people, you know, we take it on a good leap of faith and see what happens. It's an adventure. That's what we do. When you're doing this, the first and foremost thing you got to remember is you're going in blind. You got to have a good attitude. You know, you might be walking into the best hunting spot you've ever had, or you might be walking into a pig and a pole. You don't have any idea if these guys are telling you the truth or they're not. So you just go on good faith and make it an adventure and see what happens. I don't know about all this. Got a little bit of excitement going on. This is the first turkey hunt of the year, and you get them pre-turkey hunt jitters. I bet I've went through my stuff 8 different times already. It's fixing to go down. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. That pre-morning excitement. I bet I pee 8 times before it gets daylight. I don't know where they went. We're not seeing nowhere near the birds that I would expect to see on such a nice place. They've had a huge drought, like about an inch of rain since last November, and this might have been what hurt the turkeys around here. They're not showing themselves. We haven't seen much for sign or for tracks, but we got one more day. We've been getting our butts kicked for the last 2 days. We have covered 5,000 acres on this ranch, and we ain't seen a turkey on none of these roads. I don't understand it. I don't know. I mean, it's prime time, first week of the season, but they're just not here. I don't know if it's the drought. I don't know if it's the wind, but they are kicking our butts. But we're about to scour this place, and if they're here, we're gonna push them out. We're gonna see them somewhere. If there's so many roads, we got to find turkeys. The original plan was to hunt this place on bikes and foot, but that's out the window now. We ain't heard any turkeys gobbling, we ain't seen any turkeys, so now we're just fixing to get in the truck and we're going to ride all afternoon until we physically put our eyes on a turkey to hunt, or we find some fresh sign of some turkeys to hunt. It's just like these big senderos like this. I mean, if there is a turkey within a mile of here, this is where they should be. A big, wide open, quarter-mile long strip. And they should be out there showing off for the ladies, but I swear I just don't know where they are. I know where they aren't, and that's everywhere we've been. Absolutely nothing.
We've been down all these roads and we ain't seen anything. I mean, there ain't as much as a track, a pile of turkey crap, nothing. We're gonna check this last pond, and we checked it yesterday. There hadn't been nothing around it. A lot of sand. Looks like a great place for some dust bowls, but we're gonna look one more spot. And if this ain't it, I don't know what we're gonna do. Ha! Strut marks. Let's check them out. That's exactly what we was looking for. We have ridden all over this ranch today, and we ain't seen any turkeys, no tracks, no nothing. But these strut marks wasn't here yesterday. We checked it yesterday at lunch, and you can see we've been dragging his wings and gobbler tracks. Most times that wouldn't get me absolutely excited, but we got some water, and that is the only green thing on this entire place. So this is where we're gonna make our stand. Last night, we'll make it a Hail Mary and see what happens. Oh God. Oh dude, I think that dude voiced me. We're about to turn this into an armadillo hunt. Right there, coming down the road. Corner of the road right there. There's some hens. There he is, there he is. Oh yeah, he's coming for sure. Dump. Humpty Dumpty, son. Shot him straight in the chesticles. Oh, we have been needing that son of a gun. Give me some, Caleb. We sitting here talking about this show sucks. We ain't seen no turkeys. We killing armadillos from here on out. Big Daddy come around the corner putting on a show, gobbled. We ain't heard a gobble all day. Thank you, Lord. You knew what we needed. Dude, did you see it pick him up and power slam him? That's the first turkey I've shot with the daggum 940. And just slammed him. I seen the ghost of that turkey go over the trees after I pulled the trigger. Straight broke my chair. The chair's completely broke. Look, I'm tangled up. It wadded me up. Look, broke my chair smooth off when it kicked me. Look at the hens running. They just witnessed a massacre. Do you see them there standing there looking at me like, sweet God. I told you it's like a flashbang when they were disoriented. Let's go check him out. How awesome. Let me unload this savage right here. I don't want things to get raw on us. There we go. Get out. There we go. Oh yeah. Dude. Yes, sir. Look at this, man. It was real bad. Not as much here as there. That is raw. Freaking, he's got a little bit of beard left. I didn't blow all of it off. But check this out. Grand Pappy. Rios aren't known to have big spurs. Look at them, and they're sharp. I don't know if any of them's gonna get me more tore up than that one did. That was beautiful, getting to watch him come that far. Just a few clucks, and he just went, I mean, when he threw on the gas, it was like, it's on. Oh, that's great. Freaking awesome.
Our time here's over. You know, you don't want to overstay your welcome. That's another thing. When you tell somebody you're checking out after 2 days, 3 days, whatever, make sure you do that because people plan for this. But we got turkey tags. So you know what it's time to do. Start making some phone calls, make some connections, and see what we can do on the way to Kansas.